I had a dream I was watching Dawson's Creek on TV at the mall. At first, Dawson was sitting behind me. Then I looked, and it was an old friend named Chris, and I was telling him I didn't agree with something in the show. Then we went back to his house, and I rested for 3 hours, and it was the most peaceful, comforting rest. But I remember telling him that I needed to pick up my son, Emmanuel, and I kept thinking, it's late. But when I looked at the time, it was only 4:10 p.m. I remember the bathroom looked like it had been completely consumed by fire, and he said that it was the only way that he could afford the apartment. He lived with multiple people of different races, and these young people were talking about a website to create fairy tale content. And they started talking about the end of days, the return of prophecy, and superheroes. And I remember thinking, I have a prophetic gift and spiritual gifts, and they don't know, but it's real and it's already happening. My friend had shared with them how I led him to Christ and helped him to live in the spirit and not by the lust of the flesh. And they had many questions and they wanted to fellowship. He tried to get me to stay longer, but I told him that I had to leave. And as we were walking down the street, there was a mudslide storm. And this Asian man, who I perceived was a friend of his, was in a horrible car accident. The car literally flipped in the air and came swiveling towards us. And my friend was terrified, but I had perfect peace. And I told him, I am not afraid. Why are you worried? And the car came within an inch of me, but I didn't move. And when it stopped, the car had the appearance of a large, muddy shoe. And I opened the hole where I could see the man's face, and I was looking at him, and I held his face, and I told him, God told me to give you a message. God is real. His word is true. And he is coming. When I awakened, I pondered on the dream. And in my spirit I heard, it is the rise of the prophets. And immediately I thought of the 144,000 who I've had dreams about. Stay tuned for part 2 of the interpretation.